Rockstar Games is one of the better companies in gaming as a whole. I mean, they're responsible for two of the most beloved franchises in gaming history, and there's other cult classic games. There's Bully, LOA Noir, the Manhunt series, Max Payne, Midnight Club, and even more games beyond that. They have one of the best reputations in gaming history, and every game that they release sells pretty well. But every time a new Grand Theft Auto is released, it seems to shatter records. In fact, Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the top-selling video games of all time. In just 4 years, it has sold over 75 million units to stores, according to IGN. Rockstar is also expected to have some really big surprises coming up in the following years. There's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2 in spring 2018. Bully 2 is being rumored, and another Grand Theft Auto in the next 10 years is pretty much inevitable. However, Rockstar is just ruining their game for a lot of people. This game, of course, is Grand Theft Auto 5. The most recent update to Grand Theft Auto 5 Online was the Gunrunning Dlc update where, just like the Bikers DLC, the Import-Export DLC, Finance and Felony DLCs, you basically just take control over an illegal business and sell your stock for money. You have to restock and, resupply your bunker about 5 or 6 times every hour with just monotonous missions, and then you get to wait 2 or 3 hours for that stuff to melt down into actual stock or research. It's the same as it's always been. But like I do with every update since the Bikers DLC, I do check in to see the new DLC and, see if it's any fun, and I usually will play it for a couple of days and then forget about playing it again until the next update. However, I have to say I've given the Gunrunning DLC a little bit more of a chance. I've put a lot more time so far into it, and just like with the other updates, I have yet to even get a fraction of my investment back. Rockstar just has a really bad habit of making the in-game items ludicrously expensive because they want you to think that just casually playing the game like I and many others do will, result in you having to grind to get the items, but there's only one real reason behind it: shark cards. That's it. That's all they care about. They don't give a fuck if you're playing their game. You've already bought the copy. But if you're buying their shark cards, you're still just a part of their revenue stream, It's just like Activision and Call of Duty games with COD points and the supply drop weapons. Which, by the way, there's a video coming out on that soon. But Rockstar doesn't care as long as you're buying their shark cards and getting their items and, fueling their company every time they put out a new DLC. If you're giving them $20, they don't care. Just think, if you bought, I think it's like $1.25 million shark card, which is $19.99. If you bought that for the Bikers DLC, the Executive Update or whatever it was, and now the Bunker DLC here in Gunrunning, you have now, just in shark card DLC alone, bought the entire value of Grand Theft Auto 5 on the retail market over again. You have put at least $120 into one game. You get basically zero upgrade, you're not getting a steelbook, nothing like that. You're not getting any real physical value. All you're doing instead is you're buying DLC that gives you a little bit of an advantage over other people for like a month and a half. Now, truthfully, I don't care how you spend your money, right? That's yours to spend and whatever, but Rockstar is just taking all of this to a new level. They're straight up just giving you seemingly no other real option. And it's not like we're talking a $5 shark card will get you a bunker to get you started on the DLC. We're talking like a $20 shark card will get you a bunker with zero upgrades or customization. And the game retails at $60. However, it seems like with every update, they just pop out a couple new vehicles, maybe some new properties to invest in, that total up to like 20 million in-game. So people will spend like $100 in shark cards just to fuel their, their playing through the next DLC. Not to mention, it feels like every update at this point is just a reskin. I mean, we had the Executives thing first, where you could start the illegal company that sold like stolen shipments of stuff out of your warehouse, and it was good for making like $60,000 in-game per session. But when the newest cars or shit like that are just, millions of dollars, and maybe if you want like the Hydra or anything like that, that's like $3 million. And especially in this new update where it's like the APC or whatever, it's like the armored vehicle that you can put an anti-aircraft turret on is like $3.6 million, okay? You're just not gonna get it just playing the game. You're talking like 12 plus hours of gameplay just to get maybe 1 or 2 of the items you really wanted in the first place, bare minimum, You know, that's like maybe if it costs $1 million. Then there's like the Bikers DLC, which honestly was a great idea, horrible execution. Because basically you could start a motorcycle club and you could sell the illegal shit like the counterfeit money with this one. Once again, good for making a small amount maybe to drop on ammo or something. Not good for going for a car that you want that costs like $3 million, okay? Now the updates provide almost nothing different except for the location of the headquarters and the weapon and vehicle upgrades. That's right, I mean, there's shit like explosive sniper rounds and anti-aircraft turrets now that you have to put like $500,000 worth of stock into just to unlock. When the game first came out, you could spend like $8,000 for a suppressor and a scope, right? Now you're having to spend like $250K in stock and another 4 hours of grinding for shipments and shit just to get explosive sniper rounds. So you're a level 50 player trying to fly your Frogger helicopter peacefully, you're not bothering anybody. Well, that other guy's a level 90 and he happens to have bought $100 in shark cards or played 50 hours in game to grind in the last 3 days, and he's got an anti-aircraft turret. Who's winning the fight? In the end, it's just becoming pay to win. I mean, like I said, when Grand Theft Auto Online it first started, it was super fun, you know? Everybody was basically on an equal playing field. The only real difference you might have had is that guy might have had an adder and you might have still had like a piece of shit car. But, you know, there wasn't DLC that was super overpowered that was locked away to 5% of people who had the time or the shark card funds to get it. It would be nice to, you know, be able to say that just by playing casually you have a shot to make money in this game, but besides maybe like heists, you really don't. I've had a bunker since day one of the update and literally have only gotten $100,000 in stock in my bunker, no weapon upgrades, and I spent like bare minimum like 1.2 million just to get the bunker. Something really needs to change, but until it does, I'm pretty much giving hope up of avidly playing GTA Online again because there's no new content to the game. It's just becoming pay to win, and every DLC that actually comes out is just a reskin. Another point I'd like to make is that this DLC isn't even like, it's not bringing any gameplay to the game. I mean, a lot of people, you know, they'll say, well, you know, they're giving out free things that add to the gameplay. It's not adding to the gameplay, okay? Because we've had these stock and supply missions for like a year now in our game, in Grand Theft Auto here. This isn't a new addition. All this is another way for them to say, go ahead and grind stock missions again, and you get to play basically the same stock missions over and over again until you have a little bit of money, and it takes a long fucking time. They're just reskinning the same thing. It's not anything, it has nothing to do with any real gameplay value. There's no gameplay to it. If you enjoyed, make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, tell me what you think down in the comments below, and until next time guys, this is Optimus, signing out.